I just got back from an advanced screening of the movie Sketch, Angel Studios' newest film, and I have opinions. This movie is one of the strangest films I've ever seen. I will not go into spoilers, so don't worry if you haven't seen the movie yet. I'll try to make this review as safe as I possibly can. Let's get into it. So in case you're wondering how I got to see the movie early, Marcus Cinemas, which is the Midwestern movie theater chain, has this thing where you can buy a ticket to see a mystery movie. They don't tell you what the movie is, they just tell you what it's rated and about how long it is. Beyond that, you don't know anything. When this movie came up, I had no idea what it was. I'd never heard of it. I haven't seen any trailers. The only thing I knew was that it was Angel Studios because, of course, that was in the opening credits. So I was expecting some Christian sort of maybe right-wing political thing. It's none of those things. It's not overtly religious. It's not overtly political. It's a movie for general audiences. But was the movie any good? Bottom line, yes, I enjoyed the film. Going into it blind was actually pretty enjoyable because I didn't have any preconceived notions about the movie. Although I would say it's probably a little too scary for real little kids, and I was kind of surprised by that. Angel Studios, I know they did their Sound of Freedom movie, which is sort of a police thriller thing. I know that they do a lot of religious Christian themed movies. Wasn't expecting Angel Studios to produce something or maybe acquire the rights of something that was a borderline horror movie. So I would not take little kids to see this. I think it'd be great for teenagers, slightly preteen maybe. There's nothing overtly graphic. There's no graphic violence. There's no terrible language. There's a few mild curse words, but nothing that's gonna really raise anybody's eyebrows. It's really benign that way. There's no real overt bad messages or anything like that. It's just that monsters are chasing children. And if you're the kind of person who doesn't like to see children in peril, you probably want to skip this movie. Although the monsters are a little silly, they're the drawings of a little girl. A little girl is very upset because her mom had died. She's going through some family trauma. Her dad and brother are kind of, acting almost as if mom never existed. And this girl is just pouring her heart and soul into her drawings. And through a magical pond, these drawings come to life, and they aren't nice monsters. Now, it's borderline horror. Now, it's rated PG, so there's nobody getting their entrails ripped out or anything like that. It's not that kind of horror movie, but there's definite moments of tension where these kids are in actual jeopardy. Now, it's jeopardy from a crayon drawing come to life, but it's still jeopardy, and it's still presented as scary. The music has horror movie themes to it. The camera angles, the way that they frame images, very much borrowed from horror movies. But the tension is broken up quite a bit by the humor. This movie is actually pretty funny. It's got some dark comedy, to be sure, but it's literally laugh out loud funny in spots. And the theater was pretty full, and there was a lot of laughter coming from the seats around me. So people genuinely found the jokes to be funny. I mean, it's not like The Naked Gun. It's not really trying to be a comedy, but the comedic elements work to sort of offset the horror elements to give you that balance. So it's never too scary unless you're a little kid. I would not take my first grader to see this, but it does ease the tension a little bit. Now, the humor can slightly get in the way of the story because a lot of the places where real characters would be just terrified beyond comprehension, they stick in a joke or a sarcastic remark, which kind of pulls me out of it just a little bit, maybe just like 10% overdone on the humor. But as a comedy, a dark comedy, it kind of works. I don't even know how to categorize this movie. Is it fantasy? Has the supernatural element? Is it a comedy? Is it a horror movie? I did a quick Google search before I hopped on here, and apparently the creator described it as Inside Out meets Jurassic Park, and I think that's kind of perfect, because these girls' feelings come to life, but instead of in friendly ways, as terrifying monsters that want to kill you. A very strange movie to come out of Angel Studios, which purports itself to be all family friendly. And I don't think this movie is bad in that respect. Has a little bit of mild language, like I said. Nothing really to raise red flags with parents unless, you're afraid of the peril and the, monsters wanting to eat children. Angel Studios makes a lot of Christian content. Watching this from that lens as a Christian, There's nothing overtly anti-Christian about it. Now, there's a magical pond which brings things to life, but it's never really explained. It's not demonic. There's no witchcraft or anything like that. It's just a magical pond that's not explained where drawings come to life, good and bad. It's never explained why, because that's not really the point. The point is seeing these monsters and seeing this little girl deal with her trauma, and then the movie resolves. This isn't a spoiler, but I think it's pretty obvious. The movie resolves with various pieces of conflict that arise throughout the movie being resolved in a mostly satisfying way. Yeah, this movie's a puzzler. I don't know how to categorize it. I can't easily pigeonhole the genre of the movie. I have to say the monsters in the movie are very unique. I've seen some monster movies. I've seen Godzilla. I just watched the Jurassic Park movie. The monsters are actually kind of scary because they're made to look like a kid's drawing. So that juxtaposition between kid drawing and something trying to hurt you, kind of unsettling. Do I recommend this movie? Well, I would recommend it as a family movie if your kids are old enough to endure some scares. I'd say if you'd let your kids watch Jurassic Park, you can probably let your kids watch this. If you won't let your kids watch Jurassic Park, don't let your kids watch that. I'd say just a little bit less scary than that. There's no blood per se. I guess there's like somebody gets a cut on their face, but there's no real bloodiness in the movie. So you're pretty safe that way. I'd say watch it with older kids. Would adults like the movie on their own? I did. Would I have seen this on purpose had I known what it was? Nope, but I'm glad I did watch the movie. It's a unique movie. It's not based on a superhero franchise. It's not based on a book. It's not based on a past movie. It's not a sequel, prequel, or reboot. So for that alone, I say watch it. There's actually one thing in the movie that I forgot to mention that I really like, and that's a slight homage to the movie Psycho by Alfred Hitchcock. There's a shower sequence in this movie. It's not graphically violent or anything like that, but you see stuff going down a drain, you see the shower curtains pull. Very reminiscent of Psycho. I think that was on purpose. Let me know in the comments what you think. Have you seen this movie? Have you seen Sketch? What are your thoughts? I'd love to hear from you. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button so you don't miss future content like this. And if you're interested in stories, please check out my novels, available on Amazon.com. Eric Wilfred Watson signing out.